This is the read aloud for questions 7, 8, and 9 on the Unit 1 test, Literature with a Purpose. Please be sure you've listened to the read aloud for the excerpt from Federalist number 78 by Alexander Hamilton prior to listening to these questions. Question 7. How does Hamilton support and advance his purpose by using the words sword and purse in this excerpt from paragraph 1? The executive not only dispenses the honors, but holds the sword of the community. The legislature not only commands the purse, but prescribes the rules by which the duties and rights of every citizen are to be regulated. First answer option. Using these words allows Hamilton to depict the personality of these branches of government in rather unflattering terms, so that he can then depict the personality of an independent judiciary in a more positive way. Answer option 2. Using these words allows Hamilton to describe the powers of these branches of government in familiar terms, so that he can then contrast them with the powers he envisions for an independent judiciary. Answer option 3. Using these words lets Hamilton associate the executive and legislative branches with war and taxes, both of which will be viewed negatively by readers, so that his argument in favor of a strong judicial branch will be viewed positively. Answer option 4. Using these words lets Hamilton demonstrate to readers that he is willing to concede certain points that go against his argument, which makes him appear reasonable and makes his position seem more measured. Please pause the recording and choose your answer to number 7. Question 8. How does Hamilton support and advance his purpose in this passage? Answer option 1. By using repetition to highlight his main point, Hamilton shows that creating an independent judiciary is the single most important job of any government. Answer option 2. By revealing potential government limitations, Hamilton highlights the ways in which an independent judiciary can solve the problems caused by a flawed system. Answer option 3. By expressing complete certainty in his position, Hamilton presents his argument in favor of an independent judiciary as one to which no logical objection exists. Question option 4. By challenging evidence in opposing arguments, Hamilton discredits those who would prefer the courts to be subject to the control of the executive or legislative branches. Please pause the recording and choose your answer to question 8. Question 9. How does Hamilton convey his ideas about the power of the judicial branch of the government in paragraph 1? Here is a reading of paragraph 1. Whoever attentively considers the different departments of power must perceive that, in a government in which they are separated from each other, the judiciary, from the nature of its functions, will always be the least dangerous to the political rights of the Constitution, because it will be at least in a capacity to annoy or injure them. The executive not only dispenses the honors, but holds the sword of the community. The legislature not only commands the purse, but prescribes the rules by which the duties and rights of every citizen are to be regulated. The judiciary, on the contrary, has no influence over either the sword or the purse, no direction either of the strength or of the wealth of the society, and can take no active resolution whatever. It may truly be said to have neither force nor will, but merely judgment, and must ultimately depend upon the aid of the executive arm even for the efficacy of its judgments. Answer option 1. He compares the powers of the executive and legislative branches to those of the judiciary, highlighting the strengths of the former and the relative weaknesses of the latter. Answer option 2. He focuses on what the judiciary has the power to do, irrespective of the powers held by the executive or legislative branches of government. Answer option 3. He asserts that the judiciary's central role is to oversee the force and will imposed by the other two branches of government, thereby depicting the judiciary as the most powerful branch. Answer option 4. He depicts the powers of the executive and legislative branches in figurative terms, as controlling the sword and the purse, respectively, to stress that the judiciary is just as powerful as the other two. Please pause the recording and choose your answer to question 9. Then be sure to review the reading of the Federalist paper, as well as questions 7, 8, and 9 before moving on. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to your teacher.